what's up? We're back after not being able to get the internet to work last night, not being able to get Streamlabs to work. We're back. Not as tan as it looks on the screen there, so I'm going to fix that. Ready to watch some football. So, what I got going on here, let's see if we can get this. We had 0-0 through the first quarter, which is pretty nuts because that sucks. Let's get some exciting football. The Commanders stink, and I'm going to lead off with this because obviously, if you know anything about my football fandom, you know I'm absolutely reeling today. And I'm reeling for a handful of reasons. Primarily because my football team, that I spend a lot of time and money supporting, is absolutely embarrassingly terrible. So bad. So freaking bad. I cannot even put into words how bad the freaking Dallas Cowboys are, man. Like, and I know nobody cares. I know. I've been dealing with this my whole life. I know nobody cares about how bad the freaking Cowboys are. It's such a problem for me. I don't know. I don't know where to go, man. I'm absolutely at a loss for why I should care about the Cowboys right now. Denver's a decent team. Is Denver a great team? No. Denver almost lost to the New York Giants last week. The New York Giants are not a good football team. Okay? And that to me is probably the most frustrating part is like, why can the New York Giants go and give a team their best shot? Why can the New York Giants score 32 points against Denver Broncos and the Cowboys offense can't? Why? Why can, they only held them to, they held them to 0 points in the first three quarters. Yesterday, they looked like the greatest show on turf. And yeah, did the Cowboys have injuries? Sure. But I think it's absolutely insane to blame injuries in that game. Because they've been healthy all year. The Cowboys have, their defense, and their defense sucks. They're the worst unit in the NFL of any kind. They're the worst special team. They're worse than any special teams. They're worse than anybody's offense. They're worse than anybody else's defense. They're worse than Miami's defense. They're worse than Cincinnati's defense. Cincinnati sort of 500 yards to the Jets. They're worse than Green Bay's special teams. They're inconsequentially the single worst unit in football. And, of course it was a primetime game. I think 94% of the country was watching, based on what was the local CBS window. And then, you get this shitstorm in the game that I've watched 1,000 times where it's very evident early in the game they're not going to be able to stop anybody. And this was a problem with Micah Parsons, sure, and this was a problem before him. And they get an Cowboys get an interception on the first drive of the game. Go down the field, false start on the 1 yard line, the 2 yard line. And then incomplete pass on third down when Pickens is open. And I don't blame Dak for that. CD was open too. He put it in his hands. Probably could have got interference. But then you have 4th and 5. And if you kick off, they have a good kick returner. They're going to get the ball between the 20 and the 45-yard line. What is that 3 points doing for you, Brian Schottenheimer? What is that doing for you? And I was so frustrated. And at that moment, you're like, they're going to lose this game. Because they get the interception, they get the mistake, and they can't capitalize. This game is over, and it was over, right? They get the field goal. Denver walks down the field. Denver scored. Like, there was the two plays I had a really big issue. And you know what? The personnel on defense stinks. It is terrible. So I'm not even blaming Eberflus for the issues the Cowboys have had. Like, I can't. Because the personnel on defense is so bad. Right? Like, you have your defensive end, second-round pick, Sam Williams, from a couple years ago, who's been hurt, whatever. But he has more arrests in his NFL career than sacks. They had 3 pressures yesterday. Not arrests, sorry. Traffic violations. He's getting pushed around by 180-pound receivers every single week. And I think, you know what? I think Sam Williams is an athletic player. I think Sam Williams should be playing linebacker. He's obviously not getting it done at defensive line. Like, move him back to linebacker. He can't be worse than what you're working with right now. If you watch the touchdown the other day, he's running stride for stride with Harvey. He almost ran him down. Get that guy in space. He's obviously not an edge rusher. He's not Micah Parsons. And I don't know if they're trying to make him Micah Parsons or whatever, but, like, that's got to stop. That's not working. And, you know, Clowney is fine, but he's not. Nobody's worried about Jadeveon Clowney in this juncture, right? Like, nobody is. Nobody at all is worried about Jadeveon Clowney and what he's going to do here. So, what I am, like, so frustrated with is just, like, you know, I watch this. I watch the games, obviously. I haven't missed a Cowboys game since I was, like, a little kid, right? Like, it's just so infuriating to every week know whether they're going to win or lose. Like, they don't win a game they should not win. Ever. Like, they should have won that game against the Eagles at the end. That would have been one of those games that would have qualified. They beat the Jets, they beat the Giants, and they beat this Washington Commanders team. Who stinks? Even with Jaden Daniels, who might stink. He might stink. But they take all this credit, right, for... I just don't... I'm at a loss. And I'm so frustrated with the Brian Schottenheimer of it all. Because he's supposed to be this change of culture guy. He's supposed to be, like, he's supposed to be your boy. He's supposed to... My guy punted on 4th and 1 from the 29.5-yard line yesterday. Dak ran for 9 yards on first down. And he punted on 4th and 1 with, like, 4 minutes left, 3 minutes left. Denver scored in 6 plays, 75 yards after that punt. They were where they punted from on the 3rd play. Like, at some point, dude, and I understand you're trying to stick up for your defense, and, you know, our defense is they're going to get it together and this and what. At some point, dude, you need to realize you are the freaking Giants. You are the Commanders. You stink. And your defense stinks, man. Like, you can't give the ball away when you have an offense that's supposedly the best offense in the NFL. It sure didn't look like it yesterday, but they were playing the best defense in the NFL. So who do you trust? I don't care. I'm going to trust your offense, and I'm going to trust Dak Prescott. There's Mahomes' interception. In that situation, because if you don't get it, all that's going to happen is they're going to score with more time on the clock for you to cut back into the lead. And Dak trying to do too much, end of the half, we've seen this before. Like, that happened in the Green Bay game, it happened in Kelsey. Yikes, dude. I'm so unbelievably frustrated with, like, just everything that has to do with the Cowboys right now. They had a great pre-snap parlay set up. 5 legs. The only leg left was Cowboys 10.5. It's a 10-1 parlay. and they can't cover 10.5. You can't cover 10.5. And I don't care about the betting part of it. If I would bet on the Cowboys to lose every week and be very happy to go 0-17 in those bets. But that ain't working, dude. That ain't working. Like, they gave the game away. They punted the ball away with 4 minutes left in the first half, and that was the end of the game. And then in the second half, 4th and 5, down by 2 touchdowns. And he punted. Like, dude, it's a time game. You're not getting a stop. If you don't get it, and they score, who gives a shit, dude? They're going to score anyways. That's what's so frustrating. And I get that's not how NFL coaches think. But, like, the reality of the situation is you are a bad team. Yeah, you have a good offense. You have a good quarterback. You have 2 great wide receivers. You think you have a decent offensive line. That wasn't the case yesterday. They got bullied. But when you look at the game from a macro picture, there's not one person watching that game who thinks in their right mind that the Cowboys defense is getting a stop. There's not one person watching that game who thinks at any point in that football game the Cowboys are getting a stop. And they're right. Like, they're 100,000 freaking % right. Because they're not getting a stop. They never get a stop, dude. And like Stephen Jones is today, he's like, I think if we get a stop, our offense is good enough to win some games. It's like, okay, against the Giants, against the Commanders, like, what's going to happen if you play the Eagles? What's going to happen if you make the playoffs somehow, you play the Packers again? You're going to get dog walked, man. You beat the Packers without 3, they didn't have 3 starting offensive linemen. Dak played maybe the best game of his career, and you still didn't win. You know why you didn't win? Because Brian Schottenheimer kicked a field goal in overtime from the 5-yard line, 3-yard line. Like, that conservative nature cost them the game yesterday. Maybe they wouldn't have won anyways, but it cost them that game. It cost them before, and it cost them this game. It cost them in the Eagle game. It cost them in the Bears game. Like, you cannot be conservative with this defense. Look what happened to the Commanders last year, like, and the Lions the year before that. Like, these are teams who knew they had good offenses and said, you know, whatever, analytics, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to trust my offense to get 3 yards or 5 yards and deal with the consequences. They have not shown that. And that's why, like, there's a clip of Dak running off the field yesterday where, like, he's rip shit after a touchdown because he's mad at Schottenheimer or whatever. Like, he should be. And he should be mad at Eberflus. And he should be mad at the defensive players. Like, have some pride. They had 3 pressures yesterday. 3 pressures. And they were with 4 linemen or 4 rushers. Like, they blitzed and didn't get a pressure. And the one play where they had 2 pressures or whatever was a touchdown to a guy who was so wide open that, like, he could have caught a punt there. And there was another, touchdown that Sutton dropped in the end zone. Like, it could have been, they could have put up 55. They could have put up 60 yesterday if they wanted to. It was just so bad. And I'm not going to drone on about the Cowboys all night. I know nobody cares, but, like, I had to get that out. Like, I had to let it go. So, I appreciate you letting me rant there. Let's talk about this Monday Night Football game. Marcus Mariota, he has won a playoff game in this stadium. The Commanders do stink. Okay. Yeah, let's do that, actually. We have, for PreSnap, we have a 29-22 victory. Personally, I have a parlay with Rashee Rice touchdown, which everybody in America has right now. Rashee Rice touchdown. Chiefs over 3.5 touchdowns, which is, 29 projected points. It's a bit of a risk. And then Kelsey, a couple catches. And not Kelsey. Rashad Smith and Rashee Rice. But look, Dan Quinn just went for it at the 30-yard line with a backup quarterback because his defense sucks and they just got a turnover. and he knows when you get the interception, you need to capitalize. It's a free possession. That's the one thing that drove. I can't believe I'm getting back to it, but like you get an interception on the first drive, and you don't go for it, you have a free possession. Infuriating, man. Absolutely freaking infuriating. Makes me sick. It makes me sick. Other action this game, I have Rashee Rice and Kelsey to combine for 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, and 4 touchdowns laddered, which does not look likely. And then I have Rashee Rice and Worthy, Rashee Rice and Brown, and that's it. But I'm playing with house money. Hit a big 3-leg, Tucker Kraft and Jacobs to combine for 3, Javonte and Pickens to combine for 2, and Warren and Taylor to combine for 3. Which, if I had just taken Kraft 2, the Kraft one worked out great. But if I had taken Taylor to score 3, it could have been crazy juice. I think it was like plus 400 on the leg. But that was a good one. Got me up. And put me in a good spot to be a little aggressive today. Not, and by aggressive, I mean like more $5 bets than normal. And I like the pre-snap numbers. Like I like the Chiefs not covering the spread. I think Monday night double-digit spreads don't often get covered on Monday night. It's just gross. It's bad football, man. I'm so discouraged by the state of football. I went to a high school game on Friday night. It was such bad football. It like ruined my night. I called my dad. I was like, I can't believe what happened to football, man. I cannot believe what happened to football, the sport we once loved, you know. Trying to find the chat here. It's brutal. It's brutal. The Cowboys suck. It's driving me crazy. I'm not even talking about the game. I'm so bothered. Brian Schottenheimer today too said it's just one game. It's like, no, bro, it's not one game. You went up 40 to the Packers, 40 to the Giants. You went 1-1 in those games. Like, you have to score 40 points to win. That's not sustainable. In the slightest. That's not sustainable. So, like, how are you expecting to survive in the NFL with that kind of thing? Just terrible. I got a sick kid. She's doing great though, but not sleeping a ton. And last night couldn't get the stream to work. I was down bad. There will be some putting later. Got a new stick. Swapped out the O's for the Lab DF3. Got a great deal. Didn't even have to pay any cash for the Switch, so I was more than happy to take that. Complete the Kelsey over the 45. Ooh. What's everybody got? What are we riding in the chat tonight, folks? Let's ride. What holes are we climbing in tonight? What foxholes are we in? I need Kelsey and Rice to go on a tear. And I need the Chiefs. I have Chiefs score 3.5 touchdowns. And I have the same parlay layered. Kelsey down to 21. Let's go. Same parlay, except instead of 3 touchdowns, I have Chiefs minus 6.5 to cover the pre-snap spread there. Good week pre-snap, 8-4 on the money line. Totals, we were really strong. in the picks that we gave out, which when you see them on Twitter, there's going to be the picks that are highlighted are suggested picks that the model has indicators based on how we vary from Vegas that would make us believe it's a strong pick. We're 8-2 on those totals. Even on the spread, and this was the best favorites week in the history of the NFL if the Chiefs went to cover tonight. So we like the dogs. I got a Dom in there. I think he's got a bomb parlay that all he needs is the Chiefs tonight. Money line. Love that. Ertz TD I like too. I think I took Ertz catches in one of them. What is this formation? Little speed option to Brashad Smith. I think he got it. How is this ref supposed to make that spot? Thanks for watching tonight. Thanks for supporting PreSnap. Thanks for supporting the stream. If you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe. If you're on X, throw us a repost. Or just even a reply under. Tell us what your bets are tonight. Chiefs get the first down. They're at the 8, which we love for Rashee Rice. And Kelsey, too. You hate like a first and goal on the 1 where they're just going to plunge it. I've gotten burned on Pacheco this year, so I did take him today. I did an Equinox parlay. Kristaps over 3 threes, over 2 threes. He already hit. Glass now over 5.5 strikeouts. He's at 3 in the bottom of the 3rd. Rashee Rice, get in there, dude. Touchdown. Yes. Let's start it off hot, boys. So basically, that's huge. That's huge. Because I have Rashee Rice and Brown to combine for 2, Rashee Rice and Worthy to combine for 2, Kelsey and Rice to combine for 2, 3, and 4, and then Kelsey and Worthy to combine for 2. So if they don't score again, is he still in the end zone? Oh, he's elbow. That ball's. I think that's too close to call. They give it to him, kick that extra point before they turn it over. I hate that they don't tell you when it's under review with these expedited review rules. This is definitely getting overturned, right? Yeah, they're telling him it's getting overturned. Yeah, they're getting ready to go back on the field. God dang it, man. All right. That's such a shame, but Kelsey would do us just as good. Pacheco would be okay, but not great. They can't cover him, though, so I think he's getting a touchdown. But Andy Reid's the kind of guy that would credit a guy for a play like that. Kareem Hunt is worst case scenario here. Noah Gray's also bad case scenario. Kelsey on the shovel would be great. I like the way they're setting up. I think they do the shovel to Kelsey here. Get him. God dang it, man. That sucks. We're going to play Madden at half. Do a fantasy draft with the PreSnap picks franchise that we created. You can play within Team Builder. Do a fantasy draft, play a couple games. Maybe do Imperialism, which I like, where you play the franchise game, and if you win, you have to trade a 90 overall player better. And if you lose, if you win, you get to take you get to take a player from the team you beat. Just a way to keep it interesting. That is such a bummer, dude. Such a bummer. Alright, let's break it out. Like I said, thank you for downloading. If you don't have PreSnap, by the way, if you share your picks on Twitter and you tag us and you share them on Instagram, we are giving away a PreSnap hat. And let me tell you, these are sweet. These are sweet. I had 3 people I played golf, not last week and the weekend before, demanding hats. Demanding. They said, show me that you have 10 referrals. If you show me you have 10 referrals, I will figure out to do that. I get the hat. By that I mean I will give you one of the hats I bought. We got the contraption set up. We're ready to rock out here. Alright. I'm working on my arc. That's the key to the new stick I get. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Key to the arc. Here's what we're working with. This is the new wand. Got the Lab DF3. Traded in my O's for it. It's very ugly, in my opinion. But I figured if I was ready to give up on the Lab, and I said, you know what? I can't give up on it without trying the ugly one. I got the one that wasn't that ugly, and I think it did me in. So they say the idea is you want to feel like you're slicing the ball in half with the shaft. And like, it's butter. I've only played like one, I think I've only played one round with it. But I'm really liking it so far. Like, it just feels like the ball belongs in its home. Happy Gilmore. Little tuggy. Got a little caught in the face. That's okay. That's okay. That's why we're practicing. I gotta figure out a way to do this without changing the camera. When the camera changes, takes your boy a good minute or two to get everything right. Ertz, oh no, that's their other guy. Sinet, right? Kansas State. All right. I look like I got sunburned this weekend. I wish I did. I was inside almost the whole time. No golf for you. No golf. It was cold. Very cold. If you're not using the PreSnap app, I don't know why you're here. But if you haven't, use that QR code. Download it. We have over 75% of our users are active users, meaning they're looking at it on a daily basis or on Sunday yesterday, which is awesome. people are really utilizing it. They're using the picks, digging out of holes. Digging out of holes with the fellas. That's what we love to hear. That's what we love to hear. 2-0 Dodgers after 3. Oh, get him. Get him. Oh, he's gone. Nice run by Mariota there. I think your backup should always be a mobile quarterback. Because they're just not going to get... Like, you just don't want a guy that's going to be under pressure and, like, can't move. Mariota, he's got to be the best backup quarterback in the NFL. Like, you want him for... If you need him, great. But if you don't need him, even better. Great for a young quarterback to have around. And he seems like a really solid dude. Except for whatever happened in Atlanta. He's looking. He flips it up to Bill. Nice. I need the Commanders to stay in this. We have the over tonight. And Commanders spread as our suggested picks, but I want the Chiefs to feel like they have to keep scoring. I can't believe that Rashee Rice touchdown, man. It's so brutal. No free ads. Shout out Diet Dr. Pepper. Best in the game. Best in the game. Mariota on the keep. He's got nothing. They must really not think he can throw because the design runs is quite a choice. Two-minute warning. 2-minute warning. Then we'll get the Madden fired up. Have not decided whether we're going to stream Cowboys Cardinals next Monday. I think I would get kicked off of YouTube. And I want to watch the game with my dad, but my dad still thinks the Cowboys have a chance to make the playoffs. And we could not disagree more. Not a fan. Also, rest in peace, Barstool Beef. That's tragic. Seemed like a great guy. And rest in peace, Nick Mangold, Buckeye. Tough battle for him. Just a bummer, man. I love Nick Mangold. Buckeye legend, NFL legend. Sad to see anybody go, especially two guys at pretty decent young ages. I needed my acupressure ball yesterday to watch the Cowboys. Oh, great. Now we're watching Bryce Young 3 weeks ago. FedEx Aaron Ground. Throwing to guys so open, they would get questioned in a parking lot. They're so bad. Jonathan Taylor's awesome. Special Monday Night Football announcement. Is it that YouTube TV's cutting ESPN. I will be leaving YouTube if they get rid of ESPN. Chiefs receive second half kickoffs. So maybe we get a stop here and a touchdown before the half. They gave him a first down? No way. They're reviewing the spot. I mean, he was... Oh, let's see. It's first down. If you're the Chiefs, you want this to be a first down, because they're going to get it on 3rd and 1. And now it's first and goal, basically, from the 10. Oh, he might be... If he's down there, he's down. What analysis by me? If he's down there, he's down. I love when they do a review on a play that does not matter at all. Like, sure, they got a first down there, but, like, who cares? Oh, this is taking forever. Run a play. Too late for this. Not getting enough sleep last night to deal with this. Brad Allen. Hate this ref. Everyone are playing like 8 minutes. Ooh, did Toronto just hit a 3-run dong? Please don't take Glasnow out, though. He's probably already out. He went to eat Alejandro Kirk. Good for him. Alright, 1st and 10. Who do you need? You need Ertz? Get Ertz in the end zone here. I'd like a touchdown on like the 1st or 2nd play. I think they're going to run and get that timeout away though. That's what I would do. Yep, run with Mariota. Nothing. Chiefs take... No, Chiefs aren't going to take the timeout. I kind of like that. Like, take the timeout after 2nd down, because then you kind of force their hand on 3rd down. Terrible play call? They're trying to get the timeout from me, or you will play ahead of me. He's open in the end zone, not pulling the trigger. Oh, it's just death if he gets sacked. Throw it away. Throws it to the end zone. Did he catch it? They say out of bounds. Alright, so now the Chiefs, obviously they're going to throw because it's 3rd and 10, but Not using that timeout was a great decision. If this isn't a catch. Which it might be. Oh no, it's not a catch. Not a catch. Yeah, he definitely didn't get it. They keep showing the replay. I wish once they showed you the ball was out, they just stopped. There's a replay epidemic in the NFL right now. Oh my God, what was that throw? Did he get it? What was that throw? And they didn't have to use a timeout. I think that's a touchdown. Buckeyes. Buckeyes. Caught it. That's a touchdown. Terry McLaurin from the Ohio State University. I mean, he kept that right one down long enough. I think that's a touchdown. That's crazy. This should be like a 3-second review. Tony went deep today too. Tony's such a stud. Do you think that's close? I think that's a pretty clear TD. Is anybody actually watching The Voice and Monday Night Football multicast on YouTube? Dude, did this guy just hit one out too? Tie game. And they got the second. Wow, great tag. Third toe tapping receiving touchdown since 2024. What kind of stat is that? That's ridiculously stupid. That's ridiculously stupid. Alright, I gotta go get a charger for the computer. I will be right back. But I'll keep you on. Keep you on. That was a sound effect. That wasn't me trying to breathe. I need glass now to throw some K's here, or we are toast. baby. Kind of spooky. I got down to 4% there. Holding on the kickoff, the least surprising thing ever. So holding on literally every freaking kickoff ever. I hate them. I hate kickoffs. I think they're stupid. Oh, how is this so awkward? I gotta make this screen. Nice play there from Mahomes, little run. Oh, now I got a tab to make that smaller and make this smaller. Nice, we love it. Now we can actually look at this. Kelsey, nice catch. Probably use a timeout there, right? "24 seconds. Probably going to get a Butker field goal here to end the half. Not trending well if you took a bunch of Chiefs touchdowns. Holmes rips it. Almost intercepted. At halftime, we're going to draft the first ever pre-snap picks NFL team fantasy draft in Madden. Play a couple games, see we got a cut. Last time I got out of the inning, but I don't think you could pick. Test. Audio still work? I think my AirPods just died. Toronto got another one, so that's probably it for Glass now. That didn't reach the line of scrimmage, but he was outside the tackle box. It should be the end of the half. Alright, let's get a Hail Mary. Yeah, they call intentional grounding. That's going to be it for the first half, folks. Alright, let's fire it up. Fire it up. Bang. Actually, doesn't look too bad, huh, folks? Actually, doesn't look half bad. That needs some work. Oh, I almost spilled the Diet Dr. P, man. That would have been a disaster. A disaster. Great to see Saquon Barkley and the Eagles back on track. Said nobody ever. That fumble yesterday that they took away from the Giants was criminal. Absolutely criminal. All those officials should be in jail. Should be in jail. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to start a new franchise. I already tested it out. PreSnap picks. We're going to delete that one. Here's some of the rebuilds I've been doing. Rebuilt Texans, the Titans, Cowboys, moved them to Dallas Desperados. Then I was working out the Browns. Which one of these will let me use Team Builder? This one, okay. Right, we're going to import the roster. And I'll pick live. So if there's a guy we want, you tell us who needs to be on the squad. Replace the team. We're going to replace the Dallas Cowboys because they don't deserve to be in the NFL. We're going to keep the Cowboys roster. We got pre-snap picks. Let's do it. What kind of coach we want to be? Offensive guru. We're going to keep it light here. We'll just... What are fun playbooks? I don't really mess around with the playbooks too much. I like the Vikings because they have some trick plays. So I'm going to do Vikings. Yeah. Defense, absolutely not the Cowboys. Do Broncos. They have good defense. Do we care what our boys wearing? Not really. We swag them out in some gear. He will be wearing the pre-snap apparel, though. Not this junky Cowboy stuff. Those are fire. We gotta wear those shoes. It's real nice and all that they do that, but starting point needs to be a fantasy draft. League settings. I don't really bother with like the coaching stuff. Right? That's stupid. Weekly training, don't care. Off-season free agency, I want in. Preseason cut days, I want in. Scout college players, don't care for it. Order depth chart. Auto progress. Sort of pop-ups, sure. Fantasy draft orders has to be a snake. Yeah, I pre-order, not a big deal. I'm letting you be the general manager here. We're going to have an important first round pick. I don't know what pick we're going to have. The first one's going to be important, boys. We're building our team. Building our team. Wow, 24th overall. Dak Prescott 8th overall. Alright, who can we get at quarterback? Stafford, Love, May, Purdy, Darnold, Jones. Not exactly a murderer's row here. Do we wait to second round and get Cam Ward? I don't know. I mean, we're probably looking at Drake May. Or Saquon. Or Jahmyr Gibbs. I kind of want Jahmyr Gibbs and then roll the dice on whether we get Drake May to the next pick. I'm doing it. First ever player hit me the big parlay last week. Welcome to pre-snap picks, Jahmyr Gibbs. Drake May got taken, CJ Stroud got taken, Bo Nix got taken. I mean, our QB options, we're not going to be able to pick a QB for 2 rounds. I think we roll it and try to trade for one. Do we want to build the trenches or do we want to get some talent on the outside? Jackson Smith and Jigba. Now we're not going to pick for a long time. Like Deron Bland, I like Deron Bland, but when he's the last guy taken before your guy, you got problems. Bryce Young, Jackson Dart. We're in trouble with quarterback, guys. Joe Milton. Maybe we just YOLO and go Joe Milton. I feel like a lot of these trench guys are going to be there, though. Like, do we do Rodgers? And build for the future? I'm not taking Jackson Dart. I'm taking Cam Ward. I don't love it. I don't love it. Brian Thomas Jr. is there. Tyler Smith is there. These are just old guys. Alright, we need a receiver. We have a receiver. Let's get a tackle. Trent Williams, is he going to play for the long run? I don't know. But we're going to take him. Are we picking 24th every single round? No. Okay. Phew. Build the trenches. Best guard in the NFL. Tyler Smith. I need glass now. I get 2 Ks to get the hell out of here. I guess I'll take. Have not taken a defensive player yet. That's going to be a bit of a liability for us. But you have to remember we are taking over the Cowboys. So there's no reason to take anybody on defense. Take Grover Stewart. I like Grover Stewart. Who we got for corners? 83 overall corners are the only guys available, so we gotta take one. Darius Williams. I think we need some pass rush. I think they're thinking it too. Don't know who Nick Hampton is. Oh, here we go. I mean, I guess I'll take D-Law. I don't love that. I'm not gonna lie. Don't love that. I think I am going to take how old is Levante David? 35. Like, I can't get that guy. Kenny Clark. He's almost as good as Micah Parsons. Quay Walker, good player. I like him. Have to remember, we're in a rebuilding era of life here because we have Cam Ward as our starting quarterback. But what I might do is trade the Cowboys' first-round picks and get a real quarterback. which would have been smart to think about before I wasted my 3rd overall pick on a quarterback, but that's okay. Alright, we need some more weapons. We only have JSN right now. Receiver options aren't awesome. Tight end options also not awesome. I'm going to get Kyle Pitts in the next round. Let's get a receiver. Who's got some speed? Turp. I don't love Turp in this spot, that's for sure. Better question. Are there any good players with speed? Alec Pierce doesn't really do it for me, I'm not going to lie. Leggett doesn't do it for me. Romeo Dobbs doesn't do it for me. Dude, this is bad. Alright, I think we need to get back on the line, man. Why are these guys not rated by overall? Why are there only 60 overalls left? Right tackles. Anybody young? Caleb McGarry's a young player. Nope, he's 30. My guy Glasnow was not getting the strikeouts we need. Divine Diablo. Oh, you know what? I'll take Donovan as a raccoon. The question is our boy still available? Nope. Alright, we're trading a 1st round pick. We're trading a pick for Brandon Aubrey. Chop Robinson. Like him. Well, I think Cowboys would trade for him. We'll take D-Hop for a year. Before he retires. Bryce Huff, he kind of stinks, but we'll take him. Can I get a bat? PJ Walker? That's so tempting. Take Jameis to back up Cam. Might just play Jameis, actually. See what I can get for Cam Ward. Alright, are we good with what we got here? Let the computer fill in. That was 18 picks. I want to play a game. I want to see what kind of quarterback we can get with the Cowboys' 1st round picks. I need Glasnow to get a K here. Bad. And I need the Chiefs to score some freaking touchdowns, man. Preferably 2 by Rashee Rice. Coach interview, position battle. Who wants to talk? Who thinks they should be starting? I hope it's Jameis. If it's Jameis, I'm going to tell him he can start. Oh, it's Cam Ward. Should I tell Cam Ward he's not ready? We'll talk after the preseason game. Holding on the kick return. What a surprise. Alright. Let's simulate to the Raiders. And that's where we're going to take over. We got a big game out of Philadelphia week 1. May have to take a quick 10-minute break here. Let's see what we can do here. We want to get Cam Ward out of town. What can we receive for Cam Ward? Osa Digizuwa. Cowboys paid him $20 million a year, and he's a 78 overall. That does not make me feel good. What can I get for Cam Ward and the Packers' first-round pick? Bryce Young. What can I get for both first-round picks? DK Metcalf. Like nobody. This is 2 first-round picks. They traded Micah Parsons for this. Can I get Micah Parsons? What team got Micah Parsons? The Ravens. Can I get Micah Parsons for 2 first-round picks? No. Look at that. That's not even half. That's insane, guys. What a bad freaking trade. Alright, who's a quarterback we can live with? Like, would we rather have... Are we better off with Kyler than Cam Ward? I guess not. Lamar, definitely. But I don't think we're going to have Lamar. Might have to use these Cowboy picks and get somebody in the draft. Or we just rip it with Jameis. Can we get Baker? At this point, I'd rather go out and get Joe Milton and just see what happens. Can I get Jaden Daniels? No. Alright, we're going with it. There is one player we need to add to this team before we go into battle, though. We need Brandon Aubrey. The best player in the NFL. I'll trade you Jake Elliott. How far off are we from that? We're pretty far off. Jake Elliott, trash. What if we give you a 4? I think the 2 will do it. Yeah, 2 did it. Okay. I'm not even crazy enough. Kelsey, nice catch. Kelsey, get in the end zone. Kelsey, get in the end zone. Stumbled down. Gronk would have scored. Don't care about scouts at all. Alright. Pre-snap picks, first game, going with the road whites. Yeah, they're sick jerseys, alright. Kelsey down to the 10. Can we get Rashee Rice in the zone? Kelsey's off the field. Pacheco's fine. Worthy's fine. Tyquan Thornton is not fine. We're playing in Philadelphia to open up. Who they got in their team? J.K. Dobbins is their superstar? I love J.K. Dobbins. I don't know about that. Roquan Smith. Looks like Zach Ertz. Back for more. Wow, Kelsey to tie Priest Holmes. Legend Priest Holmes. Mahomes has Rice. Get in there, Rashid. Hit the pylon. Was he in? They're saying in. They're saying short. No. Say touchdown so they review it. Oh, man. That should have been our 2 touchdowns right there. Yeah, he stepped out. Alright, Jahmyr Gibbs to start the franchise. I'm only going to play one more. I'm putting Cam Ward on a rookie short leash. If he throws a pick, we're going to Jameis right out the gate. This is pass interference instead of holding. Alright, we got to do it. I said I would do it. I scrong, we scrong. Jameis time. Let's go. One thing Madden does is they don't like attach a player's preferred number to them. So like Jameis wears 19 with the Giants. Jameis is number 5. Alright, second down. Let's get Gibbsy loose. Come on, Jameis. Jameis to Smith and Jigba. There we go. There we go. Wait, how is it 3rd and goal if that penalty was on the Chiefs? Don't you dare give it to Kareem Hunt. Andy Reid. Give me some Andy Reid bullshit here. Oh, Gray didn't even look. That's worst case scenario is no touchdown. Gotta go for it. Gotta go for it, Andy. Jameis sacked on 2nd and long. Not ideal. I'm going pick for pick. If these guys, if you throw a pick, you're out of the game. Alright, we need some serious yards. I'm not sure who Johnson is, but he's got to make that catch. Alright, we got 64 yards for Aubrey here. Kareem Hunt, another touchdown. God dang it, man. Aubrey boots it. Drilled it. 64 yards. That's why you trade a 2nd round pick for a kicker. That's why you do it. I'm not playing offense because our defense is going to be so bad. Yeah, Pacheco doesn't score touchdowns, dude. Like, it's got to be so frustrating. It's like Kenneth Walker. It's unbelievably frustrating to bet on Kenneth Walker to score a touchdown. Can he layer it to Jackson Smith and Jigba? He did, but no catch. We don't punt at pre-snap. We don't punt at pre-snap. Hopkins on the out. There you go, old man. All right. Not much doing there for Gibbsy. Jameis to JSN. He lobs it. JSN. He's loose. Could this be it? The first touchdown in the history of pre-snap picks. Of course, from the Ohio State University. Jackson Smith and Jigba. Jameis just layering it in. What a throw. We love it. We love it. Clip that. Jameis going. Oh, he's feeling lucky down to Hopkins. Nothing. Nothing. All right, I might have Jameis a little full of himself. I didn't like that screen. I didn't like what I had. I didn't like that it was DeAndre Hopkins. I didn't like anything about it, so that's on me. That's my bad. Gibbs gets it. Take one of those 2 timeouts. Can we get Aubrey in range? We know he's good from 64. Oh. 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 Wow, Commanders. Brutal bounce. Alright, we got one play here, and then we gotta use our timeout. Too easy. Too easy. I don't even think we need to get closer for Aubrey. Oh, Jameis, you can't take that sack, dude. You can't take that sack. Like, can Gibbs get where I need him to go? No, I need Smith and Jigba on a quick out here. Alright. We can go for 66. We can tie the record with Brandon Aubrey. Are we downwind this quarter? We are. Crushed it. Is it enough? Brandon Aubrey ties the NFL record. 66 yards. Let's go. Clutch. That's clutch. Gibbs into the secondary. We love it. Pretty gutsy throw by Mariota there out of the end zone to McLaurin. Love a hurdle with a tight end. It never works. Brutal hold on the left tackle there in the Monday night game. Gibbs might be too good in this game. George Pickens is on the Eagles. Interesting. I might go make a move for George Pickens, to be honest. I might go make a move for George Pickens. Alright, I like Jackson Smith and Jigba on the deep crosser here. If he can get free. Definitely going for 2. We're not going to Schottenheimer this. Gibbs. Close. No cigar. I guess I'm going to have to play defense, huh? Commanders almost get a delay game. Mariota. Oh, he dropped it. Oh my god, you can't drop that, dude. Gibbs just got stood up. Oh, you can't drop that ball. Commander's guy can't drop it, and neither can the Chiefs guy. All right, let's go. Touchdown. We gotta go for 2. Should I throw the double pass screen? Do we think Darnell Washington can get this ball over to Gibbs? In man coverage, nonetheless. Like he's gonna get bum rushed. Yep. Stupid play call. Stupid. Try to drop one in the landing zone. Perfect kick. Perfect kick. Guy's got to go to the ground to get it. Got to go to the ground for it. Oh, they got 2 of them. All right, I'm not as worried about our defense as I was before. Oh no, I should have been worried about the defense, huh? I got Kittle. I think I'm gonna have to. I gotta raise the stakes here, boys. We gotta bring the heat. We gotta bring the heat. Cause like the Cowboys, we got no D. Let's go. Bruins are down 7-1 right now. To Ottawa. They are so bad. They might be Cowboy bad defensively. I'm probably one of the like 30 people in America who are a Cowboys and Bruins fan, and I don't know who has a worse defense, but I'm pretty sure it's the Cowboys. Alright, we're going to get their timeouts, but I still think we got to be aggressive here. I don't know who this Johnson character is, a receiver. But I think we're gonna make a move for George. That was a bad. Although we got Aubrey, so I mean, guys made 130 yards of kicks in this game, 2 kicks. Anybody see the Assumption College fake field goal where they ran duo with the kicker? Pretty freaking awesome. JSN might have just sealed the deal for the boys. They putting us in kneel down. Thanks again for joining the stream. Thanks again for subscribing and being a PreSnap user. Hopefully you cashed in this week. We had some great picks. Hit at an awesome rate. Jameis is hurt. What are we going to do? We're going to take a knee and win this game. Jameis, I kept him in. That's why. He deserves the kneel now with this kind of performance. We did it. 1-0. PreSnap picks. The haters said we couldn't go into Philadelphia week 1 and win. The haters were wrong. The haters were wrong. Sirianni and Tua, big fat Greek losers. No. I said the Eagles coach's name and my phone thought I was talking to them. So it just was searching big fat Greek losers. Great first win for the Snap. Love it. Brandon Aubrey, player of the game. Alright. We're going to get out of there. Let's see what it would take to get Pickens, and then we'll drop the PlayStation. Did anybody else's ESPN just cut out? I'll get 5. I don't think Worthy's getting 4 catches anyways, so. Alright. Let's go get George Pickens from the Eagles. Mahomes, there's Rashee Rice. He fumbled. Did he get it back? He did. Oh my God. What a lucky play that was. Alright, George Pickens. What's it going to take? DeMarcus Lawrence and 1,000 draft picks? The Cowboys just traded a 3rd round pick. Is that the fleece of the century? Also, George Pickens only 24. The Cowboys have to re-sign him. Alright, we're 1-0. That's a great start to the season. I have to go check on my baby, and then I will be back shortly. I'm back. Who scored that touchdown? I think it was Pacheco. Based on Don's comment. I got about 20 minutes left. Baby is not happy. So. Kelsey. So. The Chiefs got one more touchdown. We can be in business. No, we can't. Because freaking Brashad Smith has no catches. Alright. I need Kelsey or Rice to score the next touchdown. Or Pacheco. Or Brashad Smith to have like 5 catches on this drive. Anything else, and I'm not in trouble because I'm playing with house money tonight, but I will not have had a great night. Love these little marshmallows. God, man. You could say that Shane Daniel isn't playing. And that's why the Commanders are like this. Or you could be somebody who knows ball. And you could actually understand the Commanders aren't a good football team. And you should also know, and everybody will say I'm on home or whatever, Dan Quinn should be in Dallas. 100% should be in Dallas. Slice the cheese. Tugged it. Thanks for joining, everybody. Download the PreSnap app. We're going to watch this Chiefs drive and then we're going to call it a night. I think I'm going to look at the whole guy now. Huge development for me. Also, watching Ozark for the second time. Can't look away. Characters are so good. The directing by Bateman is so good. His wife is the most hateable, like, TV villain ever. There's Worthy. If Glasnow can stay in the baseball game, we got a chance on that one. On the Knox. I assume he's long gone by now. Need Rashee Rice to score a touchdown. Need it. Let's get it to Rashee Rice. Count that as a catch for my guy Richard. There's a holding, I think, on this. Picks will be out on PreSnap tomorrow. Out tomorrow to get it going. Mahomes in trouble, he's sacked. If the Chiefs, I kind of like the thought of the Chiefs getting down and trying to force Kelsey the record here. Second and 17. Under pressure again, got some time. Should just take off. Throws it late, gets it to Rice. And that's a first down. Good play. How has this guy Smith not had a catch yet? I think it was like one of the most bets of the week for a while. Oh, Smith fumbled, that's why. They got a taunting. Oh. What are you doing? First and 25. First and 10, alright. I'm on baby watch here, so I apologize for being on my phone. Let's go. Draw play. Pacheco got a lane. Got a lane. Touchdown here. We're pretty. We have point off Chiefs exact score. Wow, he was trying to throw it to the ref and hit that dude in the head. They already got a first down. It doesn't matter anymore. Wow. Now it's Pacheco time. Commanders. They don't got it. Nice highlight graphic of all Rashid Rice's criminal offenses. It's not great. Is that particularly necessary? I feel like if you're watching the game, you know. But he gets a taunting penalty, and then you're like, this guy got in a car crash. I feel like that's kind of nitpicky. Great Mahomes play to Noah Gray. We need the Kelsey touchdown. Force him the ball. As a Commander out for the season. He is out at third base for sure. Glasnow is out. Did he strike out 5 batters? I don't think so. Five and a half. I tried to bet 4+ and it was minus 305, so I didn't take it. Stupid. Jamal Murray's not getting 5 assists. We don't need to worry about it. Alright, we need a touchdown. Rashee Rice, Isaiah Pacheco, or Travis Kelsey. All acceptable. Great scores here. Devon Kinlaw. Oh, they just signed him too. He's in a lot of pain, man. Love that Jalen Holmes is still playing. Such a nice guy. Had a couple classes with him. OSU. Alright, let's get Rashee Rice down the field. Kareem Hunt finds a lane. 8-yard gain. A little shaken up. You already got 2 touchdowns, bro. Cannot have a touchdown this play. No Rice. No Kelsey. Mahomes fakes a reverse. Had Noah Gray for a touchdown, but he missed him. 3rd and 3. Oh, he was open. He looked the wrong way. Third down. Commander's terrible on third down defensively. Swing it to Rashee Rice around the edge. Get in the end zone. All right, down to the 20. Rice or Kelsey? Rice or Kelsey? Cowboys Cardinals next Monday night. Season on the line. Kyler Murray 9-0 all time at AT&T Stadium. Pacheco stuffed up. Has to be Kelsey. Has to be Kelsey on this drive. Up to 68. Thank you for watching, everybody. This is our last drive on the stream tonight. I'm not complaining about it. It's an absolute treat, but I gotta go help out because Patrick Mahomes finds Rice. Get in the end zone. Get in the end zone. Rashee Rice. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yes. Now, if he had that touchdown earlier, that would have been awesome. That is awesome. If I can get one more Chiefs touchdown, if Rashad Smith had 3 catches, I had a couple bombs in this game. All right, that's a great way to end. Thank you for joining. If you haven't already, please download the PreSnap app. Picks like this one right here, where we had the Chiefs at 29 points. They're at 28 right now. That team total would have hit if you bet it. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been a treat. It's been a pleasure. It's 28-7. The Commanders stink. We nailed our pick here with the Chiefs. They're going to win by more than 8. You guys are the best. Download PreSnap. Picks available in the app tomorrow, and we will have the full Best Bets card up on Wednesday with context inside the app as well. Thanks for joining us for another great edition of the TullyCast. We'll see you Thursday night for Ravens and Dolphins. Actually, there's only one way to end the stream. I take it back. We got people in here, so we're going to keep it rolling. The rule on the stream is we will not end until we make a perfect putt. We're going to keep that TV out of there. Nope, you don't want the TV. Alright. Perfect putt trainer. Lined up square. That little fuzz out of the way. Oh, shout out DT. Just hit an absolute nuke. Alright. We gotta hit a perfect putt to call it a night. Over under 11.5 putts to get the perfect one. 11.5. So, then a 5-footer. We need to get it to stick in the hole. Over under 11.5. That's one. 2. Too soft. Bounced off. That's 5. Anybody counting? I think we're hitting it a little too light here. That's 6. That was pretty good. Pretty good too. I don't want the Commanders to score quick, so the Chiefs. That was close. That's 9. Yes. I said 10.5. And we did it on try number 10. Who's better than us? Thanks for joining us again on the TullyCast. Download PreSnap. Picks live in the app tomorrow. Perfect putt. Bang! Have a great